Welcome to Season 3 of Trap Talk.
Brought to you by Craigoff, the choice of champions.
All right, folks, we got to take a quick second and give a huge shout out to our title sponsor, Craigoff. Me and Ricky both shoot them. We both love them.
Yeah, best gun in the industry. I shoot them. I sell them. Nothing better, folks. Get yourself a Craigoff. Your scores will increase.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky's got hundreds and hundreds of hundreds with his. I mean, I've got a few hundreds, but I'm always working to get a little bit better, and they definitely help me, that's for sure. So on top of that, we also got to thank Winnig. I'm wearing the shirt today. Love this shirt. If you're down at the Grand, pick one up.
Yeah, Winnig, like I said, Zach, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds with my Winnig stock. You know, get a hold of Bobby, Luke, Bill, get an appointment set up. They will make you a better shooter with that Winnig stock.
Of course, yeah. The Grand's the great place to do it. Give them a call. Get on their book. It's worth your time.
Just remember, winners shoot Winnigs.
With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
Hello, Trap Talk listeners. I'm your host, Zach Nannini, where we discuss all things trap shooting related, interviewing the greats, answering your questions, and just following the sport and documenting our journey. We love it. I'm here with the one and only Richard Marshall Jr. Ricky, where are you coming from today? What part of the country are you in?
I'm actually in Philadelphia.
Philly, the city of brotherly love.
Yep, I'll be out here for about 8 days, teaching lessons here in outside of Philadelphia and Media, Pennsylvania. Delaware County Sportsman's Club, great club. Be there for 2 days. Then I go to Berlin, New Jersey for 2 days with the lessons. And then the Craigoff U Shoot that we talk about over there at Pine Valley, which is a great time. And then I come back over here and I teach for 3 or 4 more days. So
a lot of teaching.
Lot of lessons. Yep. This is
a lot of teaching. It sounds like we're doing a lot of podcasts from the road, traveling with Ricky.
Yeah. I'm going to try to do one every day, I think. And you know, give some support to the clubs out here. You know, they support us and support shooting. So
that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's right.
Well, I know we had some listeners email John and basically say that they want to know, you know, where Trap Talk's going to be this summer. You know, what are the areas that we like to hit? Maybe some hidden gems about, you know, where do we eat? Where do we hang out? What are the places to stay? What are the good banks? You know, all the good stuff that trap shooters like to know over the phone. Yep. And so today we wanted to just discuss, you know, what the plans are for 2025 going into the shooting season and kind of run it down. I know for us, the first shoot that me and you are both going to be at is the U.S. Open, correct?
U.S. Open. Yep.
So I'm looking at my calendar, and this year the U.S. Open is the last week of May, the first week of June, correct?
Yes. Yeah, because you'll be the weekend prior, you'll be at Missouri State Shoot.
Correct. So the Missouri State Shoot actually falls during my birthday this year. So I 34 years young, you know, but going down to MTA,
knee-high to a grasshopper.
I know, right? I'm real young. So I'm looking at the shoot calendar and the way everything lays, and it looks like the week of the 19th is Missouri State Shoot. So
gets over with the 25th.
Correct, the 25th. So now you have Tyler's graduation that week. Is that what's going on?
Tyler graduates on that Friday, and then we've got family coming in. So we're going to leave and go to the Open. We can't go to Vernal. This is my first year missing V-Town, and I can't even remember how many years. So, you know.
It's a great shoot.
That's a great place. Sean Hawley and the crew out there probably puts on one of the best shoots in the country. You know, especially the after-hour stuff. You know, the missing outs, the Andy Oakleys, just all the fun, as you know.
It's an all-around fun time. I mean, you can't go wrong. And for anyone that's going to Vernal, I mean, I know me and Ricky are not going to be able to make it this year, unfortunately. Shout out to Sean and Stacy. Shout out to the Vernal Rod and Gun Club. But you know, if people are making their trip to Vernal, what can they expect as far as, you know, the gun club layout? If it's their first time.
You know, that's one of the things with Vernal. You know, even Tyler said he was depressed because, you know, he's won it's a draw your partner cornhole tournament, and he's won it 3 or 4 years or 2 or 3 years. I can't remember, but he's won a lot. And he was depressed about not being able to do that. And you know, you can go to Vernal and go fishing, sightseeing, hiking, all sorts of things to do in Vernal. And
yeah, I one of my best memories that I've ever had in my life. We went to Vernal and we went fishing on the Green River, and I don't know who had to cancel. Somebody got sick, but it was Jerry and Christy Williams and Leo went, and then Tom Buxman went.
Yep.
And Tom was my fishing partner, so I got paired up with Tom, and this was the first time I got to know him, and went on the Green River. And if you guys haven't been and you haven't chartered it as something fun to do, that river, you can see all the way down to the bottom, and the fish, there's just thousands and thousands and thousands of fish swimming underneath your boat. And we were fly fishing.
Phenomenal.
And I've never done the fly fishing before, and this guy's like, "Here, I'll show you how to do it," and kind of gave me the ranks of what to do. And I started ripping these big old fish out of the river, and it just, Turbo, I mean, he was something else for sure. He was a great guy, and I just had so much fun with him.
This is what you can expect, folks.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Tyler last year. I mean, it was just great.
Do you do it off the shore then, or do you guys go on a boat when you do it?
No, we do it on a boat.
Okay.
I mean, we're just getting ready to get on. As you can see, I'm wearing a parka because in the morning it's cold, but by the afternoon it warms up usually. I mean, we went down it, and that was probably my 15th trip down it.
Yeah.
Fishing with a charter service. So we used, I think it was Green River Charters.
That's the one we used. Green River Charters.
And I had a great guide. I was just me. Jody and Tyler got paired with a younger guy that was super cool to Tyler because Tyler never fly fished. So he helped him, and Tyler, I think Tyler caught 3 fish. I think I caught 4 or 5. Jody caught a couple, but Jody didn't care. She was just happy to see Tyler because that was his first time. And as you know, Zach, I mean, it's beautiful, though. It's a cool time. So, yeah, folks, get out to Vernal. There's a ton of stuff to do. It's a good family destination. So we're really going to miss it, but shout out to Sean
I know
and
the
Stacy.
biggest thing with Vernal that you have to kind of put in your mind when you're doing it. If you plan it in advance and you can get an RV spot, then that's fantastic. Get an RV spot through Sean and Stacy and book it if you want to stay on the grounds. I think staying on the grounds is the ultimate because of the night events, because there might be a few cocktails involved, and it's just hard to leave when you're having a good time for sure. But if you have to stay in town, I have stayed in town before. Vernal's got a lot of hotels there because I mean they're an oiling town, so there's guys that are traveling
gas
all the time, and so they have a lot of amenities when it comes to where you can stay, and it's really not that expensive. I think the last time I stayed in the Holiday Inn, it was like $100 a night. I mean, it wasn't.
It's more than that now, but it's
been a while for me.
Yeah,
it's been a while for me.
They've got the Marriotts there. There's a Town Place Suites and a Spring Hill Suites right next door to each other. Great little Mexican place in the little strip mall there. But yeah, there's tons of food options. Just all sorts of things in the hotels. They got Holiday Inn, Comfort Inn, the Best Western, just, Motel 6, everything you can imagine there. I'm going to miss it too because, our show sponsor just lives down the road, R2, Outlaw Engineering.
Yep.
So shout out to the Freston family. We're going to miss them, this year, but hopefully they can get over there and kick some butt and win some events.
For sure. And if you're flying in, I'd say probably flying into Salt Lake City, correct? If you're going to make that trip.
Or there is a flight into Vernal, but it flies out of Phoenix. So you got to catch a flight to Phoenix and then back to Vernal. So your best bet is Salt Lake. It's about a 3.5 hour drive. So not horrible.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
No.
So moving forward, my first shoot, like we said, was a Missouri State shoot, Lake of the Ozarks. Biggest thing I could say that I love about the state shoot in Missouri that I look forward to every year is they've got ample camping. So if you want to be down there, make sure you call Bob down at the MTA and get your reservations in advance. Also, they have ample things to do down at the lake. BJ Hooks or Jeffrey's Prime Rib or any of the establishments that are local. I mean, even that restaurant, the Willows, right down the way. I mean, we'll go down there and we'll play pool and have dinner. And, these are just really good spots that are right by the gun club, and there's always ample things to do. I guess
BJ Hooks makes a mean old fashioned.
They do make a mean old fashioned. Another shout out that I want to make is Gary Gooch is going into the Missouri Hall of Fame this year. So congratulations to him
to Gary.
For making it. And this year, I think it's the second year in a row we're doing it, but they actually have, that 1,300 target All-American point system where every event counts, and they don't have the 200 class singles on Thursday anymore. So they went and got rid of that and made it to 100 class singles and 100 class doubles. That gets an extra event in, and I think if anybody's trying to chase the points, Missouri being a number 5 and having all of those extra events, it's definitely one that's hard to pass up in the long run, in my mind.
Yes, absolutely. Missouri is a great place to shoot.
It's a great place to shoot. Now, for you, Rick, I know you'll shoot anywhere, but when you go down there, do you have a preference on where you like to shoot, like in front of the clubhouse, left of the clubhouse, right of the clubhouse? Yeah, do you have any?
I used to shoot a lot out in front of the Winnig building and basically back up to the east just a little bit. So it used to be like bank 16, 17, I think. At one time, it was bank 13. 14, they moved them around a little bit, but that's where I like to shoot, right in that area. And the only reason I did is you could park close by. I didn't care. Yeah. I mean, Leo used to shoot up just to the left of the clubhouse, I mean, he used to dominate those banks up there. So
right at the top.
Yeah. But
basically,
I think anywhere.
Basically the highest point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
I enjoy the shoot. Hopefully we get good weather. I know that sometimes it can be a little bit wet down there, and that's the only thing that can be hard if it really does rain. I know they moved it later in the year, 1 week later, and I think that's helped with the weather a little bit. But we've also heard from some people that moving it back to the old dates might be a little bit better for getting hotels since it's on Memorial Day weekend. So, the board's still discussing that and trying to figure out, what's best. You get a lot of kids that come for the weekend the way it sits now, because, all the high school graduations are done.
Most of them. Yeah.
Most of them, but hindsight, the other week, although you lost some of those kids, you did get, potentially less people to deal with down at the lake, because that first weekend, I mean, everybody wants to go down there and have that. I mean,
with Memorial Weekend, it can be tough at the lake, I mean, that is one of the downsides to that, because hotels prices can be more expensive and such. But there is so many. When I used to go down and not take my fifth wheel, we used to stay in the condos. I mean, you could get 4 or 5 guys and rent a condo, and it'd cost you $200 a night. Or $200 a person for the week.
No, you can definitely find condos down there, and there's just a lot of amenities at the lake that most shoots don't have. I mean, an example: we go to Sparta. I mean, we're going to the U.S. Open. We have the building. We're probably gonna try to shoot some content there this year, because it'll be me and you. We won't have our fearless leader John, but I have a feeling that I can figure out the mic system and get some stuff shot.
I don't know why he just doesn't come out. I mean,
I guess he's got prior commitments, but
I think he's going to Vernal.
Well, that's a good place to be.
Yeah,
that's a good place to be. I can't argue with him for going to Vernal. You can't be upset about that, but. All right, folks, we got to take a real quick break and acknowledge the official target of the ATA, White Flyer. They've been sponsoring us since the beginning, and they make a great target. What do you think, Rick?
It's the best target in the ATA. Shout out to everybody there, all the reps, Bill Daniels, Josh Taylor, Nick Arnold, Robert Crow, everything they do for the sport and all the shoots. Really appreciate it.
They're always there. They're always trying to make a better target, and they're always supporting the game that we love so much. With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
Hey, Trop Talk listeners, let's take a quick second to thank a couple more amazing sponsors. SOS Clay's Shoot Management. They're doing a fantastic job. I love the app. I love being able to see everything on my phone instantaneously. It's freaking awesome. Rick, what do you think?
Yeah, Greg Pink and his group over there. I mean, they've got majority of the satellite grands, majority of the state shoots. I think it's 40 plus state shoots they're doing. But the app, honestly, we were doing a little beta testing with that at the Spring Grand. It's awesome. You can see your squad if they paid. You know, you can see your options, your payouts. The whole works at your fingertips. Great deal. They're just
Ricky knew how much money he made before he even got off the line. He was like, hey, I'm buying lunch. I'm like, yeah, good job. We're good to go.
That's
we
right.
also got gun and trophy insurance. I mean, they're the best in the business. I know they're great price. Ricky, you're familiar with them, right?
Yeah, Cole and Larry Cushman been long-time supporters of myself, and I've been a supporter of them, and, you know, especially with my college team. You know, we require insurance. It's so fast and easy to sign up and get your insurance in literally 10 minutes. You can have your guns insured, and they're just great. They're great to deal with. Like I said, you can do your trophies also, you know, your wildlife animals and that such, and your guns. It's just a great
It's always good when you're traveling around to have that peace of mind and know that you don't have to worry about losing your stuff forever. And these are expensive things, especially when you got those Craig offs. You got to keep them insured. All right, Trap Talk listeners, let's take a couple seconds and thank a couple more sponsors. First of all, Remington's been with us since day one. I've been shooting these shells since 2007. I shoot the Nitro 27 from the 27-yard line, ounce and eighth, 7.5, and STS ounce and eighth, eighths for singles and doubles. They've worked great for me, as they do a lot of top shooters all around the country. Give them a try. Don't forget the gun club line when you're practicing and you're wanting to save a little bit of money.
We'd also like to thank another sponsor, Outlaw Engineering. Randy Freston, R2. I've known Randy since 1988. They do engineering, surveying, drafting, GIS, civil, structural, land development, wetland permitting. They do it all.
And they're friends of trap shooters. I mean, they're a trap shooting family. They've been in the ATA forever. His dad's been involved. They're involved. They're a beautiful family. They're great people. And we just love that they listen to the show, and we love that they support Trap Talk.
Yeah, his dad was past president in 1989. So I really want to thank those guys for the support.
All right, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a real quick break, and I've got something that I'm so excited to announce. Trap Shooting USA has now become the official magazine of the Trap Talk podcast.
No, it's not only Trap Shooting USA now. It's Wing and Clay Life, Lady Outdoor Lifestyles, and Clay Shooting USA.
I'm just really excited because they make such a high-quality magazine. I mean, if you guys haven't had these magazines and you actually get to touch them in your hands, they've got really thick paper, they're really glossy, and they keep it really cool. I mean, I just love it.
The Traveling Gunsmith, and then in this newest episode, we have...
Oh, man. Look at those handsome guys. I love this. I love it. I love it. So also on top of that, Outdoor Pursuits Media, Matt, he's decided that he's going to give away a shotgun at the Grand American this year at our live podcast studio. If you weren't there last year, you missed out. You need to be there this year. It's going to be great. The only thing you have to do is either renew or subscribe to any one of these magazines, and you're going to be in for the drawing for the gun. And we're going to have all that information in the future. Just look out for it, and we'll keep you updated for sure.
With that, let's get back to the show.
You know, Sparta, on the U.S. Open, they're only shooting on the West Banks. So they're not shooting on the Eastern Banks at all. The only time they open up the Eastern Banks is on the singles on Saturday, and they have all the kids shoot on that side. So basically, you know, U.S. Open, it's kind of like a mini shoot at the Grand Shoot-Offs. Like you're just on all the Grand Shoot-Off fields.
So let me ask you a question about that. So because it's been several, I think the last time I shot the U.S. Open.
It's been a long damn time.
Well, I know I won the singles, handicap, doubles, and all around. I do know that.
I'm sure you did.
Time.
There was like 8 people there the first year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was several years later after the first year. But it was. I went down with Steve Brink.
Yep.
You know, rest his soul. And we just went down to shoot the all around. But we shot out in front of. I'm trying to think. I think it was in front of his building, which would be like Bank 4. Now, are they shooting in front of like our building now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're going to run that whole side. Okay. So they're going to
potentially just shoot out in front of our building.
Could. Yeah, you could. You could, definitely. I think, you know, I love that the Butcher's Block supports the shoot. They're always there for lunch and stuff. Yeah. I like the new restaurant that's there at the gun club. That quality has gone up exponentially from where it was before. I don't know if the owners change hands, and I don't know the name of it right now, if it's not Calibers anymore or anything like that, but the food was actually impressive the last time I ate there. So, if you had a bad experience before, I would say feel comfortable giving that clubhouse food a try at the restaurant in Sparta, the main one, for dinner. And then downtown.
Be sure to get yourself a pork chop from Butcher's Block.
Yeah, Butcher's Block is great. We always get our lunch meat and stuff there at the beginning of the week and kind of get into it. I think if you have the trailer, again, the U.S. Open is one of those places where they have ample space. You might as well just bring it and set up.
Yep.
And the other little advice that I'll give you is when you go on to book your space, it costs the same amount to book one of the super premium spots as it does to book the traditional spots. And there's plenty of them available, folks. So if you're going to book, make sure you book in the ultra premiums if you want to have the full dump, the little yard, the fire pit and all that kind of stuff. So, obviously you could book it in the, the main line, but for me, if it's the same price, you might as well go in the super premium as long as it's, you're not scared of making that long trek all the way back to the fields every day. That's the only problem is by the time you make the trek back to your RV to make a sandwich, it's time to go back again. Cause Lynn Gibson is moving them damn things. They're
good
cooking.
Thing about us. Hey, we got the building, so we'll be making sandwiches in the building.
Oh, we'll be eating, and we got that grill, so I'm sure we'll cook some steaks and have some friends over and have a good time. But I'm glad you're coming to the U.S. Open. Right now, we're not doing any giveaways or anything there. We're just kind of doing the shoot and seeing people, and we might have some merchandise in the store, but whatever was left over from last year is kind of the plan. All right, folks, we got to take a quick second and give a shout out to the Cardinal Center in Marengo, Ohio. They hold the Cardinal Classic, and they also hold the Ohio State Shoot, which is home of the first back fence shootout. Ricky, what do you think about Ohio?
Listen, I love the Cardinal Center. I actually broke the first 100 from the 27 there at their very first shoot ever. Great place, Jake Spangler and their whole clan there. They do an awesome job at running the shoots. The Ohio State shoots ran by the Ohio State Association. The Cardinal Classic's right after the Grand, so if you're looking for some more points right after the Grand, hit that up so you can get a little more points than old Zach here. But listen, it's a great shoot. Great facility.
It really is. I personally love the RVs. They've got great camping there. They've got a great time, good shoot, good target presentation. Go check it out. It's worth putting on your list. With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
Then from there, we both take the next week off, correct?
No. Well, you take the next week off and go to work, and I leave Sunday night and jump on an airplane and fly. Jody and Tyler have an event at Lindenwood on Monday.
Okay.
That he has to be to an orientation, I think. So they're going to do that on Monday, and they'll take me to the airport. We'll take the trailer up to Bunker Hill.
Okay.
I got to get a hold of them up there to let them know I want to bring it up early, drop it off, and then they'll drop me off at the airport, and I'm flying to Little Rock and going to teach clinic with Brett Blackburn's collegiate team.
Okay.
So that clinic's already full, but I'm teaching it. I think it's the Remington Gun Club. So I should be at Remington. So I'll go by and snap some pictures and
send me some pictures. Say hi. I love that place.
And so I'll do that, and then I'm jumping on an airplane after the 2 days lessons are there, and on Wednesday I think it is, and flying to Cleveland and teaching up there for 2 days. Then I'll fly back home, and we have a concert to go to. My wife and I are going to the Matt Rife concert, or comedian show. So that'll be kind of fun.
He's funny.
Yeah. I mean,
he's really funny.
Clips. Yeah. So we're excited.
I mean, he ain't Trap Talk level, but he's all right.
No.
He ain't got them kind of jokes.
Maybe I'll throw him a hat. Be like, hey, So, and
you should sign the hat and throw it to him. Yeah,
throw
there
it
you go.
Him, yeah. And then we'll drive back for Illinois State shoot. Then the next week.
So Illinois State shoot, we'll both be at that shoot, and that will be where John will meet us.
I think John's coming. I think
that's what he told me. So same plan. I mean, who knows? But we'll definitely be able to record some more live stuff at Illinois this year. We're not planning on doing any giveaways or any kind of major events at Illinois. But I guess for the people that haven't been to Illinois, we did a whole episode on Illinois, and I know John shot some aerial shots and showed the gun club. The good news about Illinois in my mind is there's no bad bank. I mean, I
No.
think from left to right, you've got one of the most uniform backgrounds in the country, and it doesn't really matter where you go. You're going to be
great people. I mean,
Yep.
the Moore family owns the club. You know, it's a family-owned club, but it is just a great run shoot. You know, all the board of directors of Illinois do an awesome job, and we had a great time last year. You know, the camping's great. You know, it is kind of tough to get a campus spot. You got to get on the waiting list. I've been on that
Yep.
a couple of years and finally got one. And then
it's pretty full. It's one of those ones again where they
They
do a
fill
full
up.
job of camping because they have a really good kitchen in the clubhouse. I do breakfast
Yep.
there pretty much every morning. They've got some dinners. Some of them are free. Some of them are not. But they,
Yeah.
you know, they give that back, and they're always, I think, attending to the shooter's needs. I mean, I've always had really good luck with, you know, hey, we need a trap mechanic on our bank. They're usually pretty quick with getting somebody out to you. They're pretty quick with fixing mics if they have any issues. And, you know, I've known Lauren for ever now. I mean, we went to school together back in 2010. So, you know, over 15 years that we've been friends. And, you know, they always seem to just run a really, really clean shoot. That's one that you got to.
Inside, outside, everything's run clean. It is.
Yep, it is a solid one for restaurants. We really don't get out a lot to eat at Illinois, other than Ariston Cafe. I mean, that's one that we definitely hit up because they've got you know, that prime rib. They've got the homemade desserts that are awesome. I mean, when Justin came in there and we seen that big old tray show up with desserts, I mean, his mouth was watering. So that was kind of a you know, cool endeavor. But all right, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a quick break and we got to welcome a new sponsor to the show, RGS Bore Stripper. It's a great product. Ricky, tell them how they can find it.
Go to their website, rgsguncleaner.com. You can get the 1 8-ounce bottle, free shipping, 2 8-ounce bottle, and you get the 2-ounce travel bottle, and it's free shipping also. Or just get the little 2-ounce bottle for travel.
Yeah, they sent me some of this product, and I used it on my Krieghoff choke tubes the other day, and it got the plastic out like in a minute, and it was super cool and super good. So if you like cleaning your gun, you like eliminating plastic, and you like shiny bores, give them a try for sure. Thank you so much for supporting the show.
Yeah, we'd really like to thank John Weber, the owner, for the support. He's doing an awesome job.
Yeah, we really want to thank John. We appreciate the support of the show. Anybody that supports Trap Talk, you guys need to support them and get this stuff because it's awesome.
And with that, let's get back to the show.
I can't remember the name of the pub that's local. There's a bar about 10 minutes away. I think you've maybe mentioned it, Ricky. Where
there's a couple of places, and we're going to have to hit up some new places. One of my students that I just did a lesson with, a friend of theirs, owns the local bar, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
What we'll do is when we get there, we'll do our daily update videos, and we'll shoot that stuff out. That way we can have the actual names of these places. Because, you know, for us, everywhere we go, we just know where they are. But we don't necessarily write the names down, and now everybody's like, well, where do you go eat and what do you do? And like, it's like, well, other than some really memorable name places that you know that you have to like, hey, what's the name of that place? Ariston Cafe. You don't, you just kind of like, oh yeah, we go to that pizza place that's 5 minutes away, or that burger joint that's 10 minutes away, or that bar. It's total Trap Talk, right? It's just like, oh yeah, we're going over here. So
hey, it's just like the place where I'm staying here in outside Philly in Media, PA. There's a little sub shop down the road. I can't even remember the name of it, but they have the best subs in the country, and it's a little.
I do love good subs, but I forgot at the U.S. Open we do got to get some of those Mikasa subs because those.
Oh yeah.
Now the problem is it's not in Sparta anymore. We got to go back to Redbud, but that Redbud Drive for me because they make that bread fresh. I mean, if you want a big old sandwich.
Hey, and you can't downgrade there in Redbud. The corner barbecue place has top-notch bourbon too.
Hey, don't talk about that. Okay, we don't need anybody to find our little honey hole where our cheap bourbon's at. Okay, so but they do. They've got some Illinois liquor stores. The roll-ups generally have a couple bottles and some Buffalo Trace and stuff like that you can usually get a hold of. But moving on from there, we go to Ohio, and Ohio is the first shoot where we're going to actually do an event at the Cardinal Center. So tell the folks about the event this year. As far as what we're doing. And
back fence shootout, that's going to be we had 253 shooters last year in the back fence shootout. I think we could get 350.
I really do. I really do.
Joey's idea, Joey's shoot. We're just helping out. We're a part of it, but it's going to be a great event, folks. I mean, you can't miss it. Gun and Trophy Insurance is giving away leather bags from Shamrock. The bags are $300 or $400 each, I think. I think Beretta's given two guns, maybe one
Two or
or
three
two
guns.
Yeah, can't remember exactly what, and that isn't finalized yet. I need to get with Joey on that, but we'll have that shootout. We'll give away some belt buckle, like we did last year, and who knows, we
Maybe
might
some
get
more
some
gold and silver from Prescott. We'll see.
Prescott, mid-state precious metals.
This is the plug episode, folks. So if you haven't checked in, we're plugging everybody and just kind of going through what our thoughts are. Now, we will have merchandise at Ohio for sure. We'll definitely have the table open at the back fence shootout, where we'll have shirts and hats and maybe some towels and other things that we've kind of talked about getting from the merchandise store. But all right, folks, we got to take another quick break and thank one of our show sponsors, 73 Pointers Ranch, Jonesburg, Missouri. Rick and Carla Burke. Best place in the area to go shoot chuckers and pheasants and have a great time. Rick, we got to get you down there.
Yeah, I need to come in. Hopefully I can do some hunting with you guys and come to your the annual clay shoot in August right after the Grand.
It's a lot of fun. It's the Optimist Club charity shoot. They throw a charity shoot. They put it on, and it's wonderful. I think last year they had over 100 entries into it, and it's just a good time. With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
Ohio, again, is another one of those places where camping is Hoyle. Now, you can get a hotel pretty much anywhere.
Hotels are about 20 minutes away.
I stay in Sunbury a lot.
About 10 minutes is Sunbury, and then about another 10 to 15 is Polaris Parkway, where there's a ton of hotels. And I mean from every chain you can imagine in Polaris. And then you have all the high-end restaurants down there, too. I mean, there's BJ's Pubs down there. There's a burger joint down there that's got like 1 pound burgers.
Yeah, them boys eat in Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many food options. Rooster's Chicken, great chicken place down there, but everything. But yeah, Zach's right. And we got the bar restaurant on the facility at the Cardinal Center.
Correct. And I think that's where a lot of people end up every night. So if you guys are there and you're wondering where to go, right when you drive through the Cardinal Center, there's a little bar restaurant that you can't help but pass when you pull in. And I don't know the name of it, forgive me, but it's literally like right there. And it's right. It kind of looks like a almost
it's an A-frame.
An A-frame
building.
Barn.
White
barn type of restaurant. They've got really good pizza. They've got really good burgers. And you've got, cold beer and decent prices on bourbon. And
good
pretty
drinks.
Much every night we're up there, holding down the fort. So if you want to see
there's pool tables.
Yeah, if you want to see who's who of trap shooting, you probably end up at that bar. And, you're going to be able to hang out and rub elbows with them and have a good time. I would definitely recommend it. They deserve a little bit of our money. And they support the shoot. I mean, they're just always really friendly and good staff, nice people. And I can't say anything bad about a place if they serve good food,
Yeah, they serve great food, Well, then, right, hey, for all the people that are traveling, come from Illinois to Ohio, great laundromat right next door. That's on the facility.
There's the car wash and there's the car wash and the laundromat right
gas
there.
Stations, everything.
And it works out. So, I mean, I think that's the main run, and that's where I'm going to start to depart a little bit, and probably I might be able to fit 1 or 2 more in before the Grand after that, but I'll probably, after Ohio, take a little bit of a break. That's 4 of the 5 week shooting, and you're going to continue on. So,
I'm going to come home. I had a private event to go to, and that might be canceled, and that was going to be during Nebraska State shoot. So I was going to miss that. So I don't know. I might end up coming out to Nebraska for the weekend.
Okay.
If that gets canceled, because I had some other stuff to do during the week, unless I change my plans.
Okay. So Nebraska, maybe on the weekend.
It may be on the weekend. Maybe shoot the all around.
And then you go to Ohio Iowa.
Well, we have the 4th of July, and that's the Canadian, provincials. But I don't think I'm able to do that because with Jody's work. So we'll probably just take some time and maybe I'll teach, or I don't know. We that's still kind of up in the air. But then we have right after that is Wisconsin.
Okay.
So that's a great shoot, folks. At
Now,
the WTA.
Wisconsin, in my mind, is, I'm just trying to look at the calendar on that.
It is, let me just tell you. I know their pre-squad opens up May 1st, which the U.S. Open's pre-squad opens up on the
Friday.
25th, right?
Friday the 25th.
This Friday?
Yeah, this Friday. So I'm seeing, I think
Wisconsin starts on the 7th.
The 7th through
July.
the 13th.
Goes 7th through the 13th.
And then,
so
then Iowa's the 14th through the 20th?
Yeah, so Wisconsin, there's hotels north in Nicosia, but great camping. So if anybody needs a camping spot, get on the list. They're pretty full, but
they're doing that.
List, call,
they're
Amy
doing
Jenkins.
that shootout thing again this year, though, aren't they? They're giving the money away
at
Iowa.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about Wisconsin right now, though.
Okay.
So Wisconsin, I was saying, is hotels north, but there's tons of camping. Get hold of Amy Jenkins. She handles all the camping. That'll be a great shoot. It's run very, very well. You need to come to that. That's usually a 5 or 6.
I can probably fit one in. I don't know if I'm going to fit in Wisconsin or I'll fit in Iowa, but I can fit one in July probably, because, it's just, for me, once the Grand starts, I do both weeks of the Grand, and then I go to the Heartland. So 3 of the 4 weeks I'm in, I'm shooting in August basically.
Well,
and so I got to take some time to get back and just handle business. But I might be able to slide another shoot in July in there.
Wisconsin's good, so's Iowa. Then we'll head down to Iowa. Same deal there. Camping's pretty tight. I mean, they got a lot of camping, but it's full every year. But tons of hotels because it's just north of Cedar Falls, Waterloo. So college town. There's all types of hotels, restaurants, everything. And it's a good shoot. Now, this year in Iowa, I think they're giving away, if you break 100 straight, it's $7,500 to in-state, $7,500 to out-of-state. Now, if you're tied, you shoot off for that and such. So
I mean that's a great great deal. I mean, and I know we had Peter Walker on the show, and he was the one that won it last time when they did that.
The first year they did it. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe
it's a great deal.
Maybe he'll win again. Then we'll have him on the show. We'll see.
Yeah. No, it's a great shoot.
Hey, Trap Talk listeners, we got to take a real quick break, and we got to thank Ron Prescott from Mid-State Precious Metals for everything they do for the trap shooting community, coast to coast, for all your gold and silver buying needs. And on top of that, new announcement, they're a sponsor of the 126th Grand American.
Finally, he said it right, folks. Grand American. Yeah, Ron is a great guy. He's a sponsor of the Backfence Shootout at Nevada State Shoot and Ohio State Shoot. And also, we got our gold for our Trap Talk event at Nevada State Shoot. And the 77th annual Nevada State Shoot, they bought all theirs from him. 680 ounces of silver to be exact, folks. You're missing out if you're not there.
That's a lot of silver. And honestly, if you're not buying from Ron, you're probably overpaying. So whether you're buying it for your gun clubs or your shoots or for your personal use, you got to give them a try because they're big supporters of the Trap Shooting Nation. So it's awesome. With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
And then right after Iowa is the PITA Grand Pacific shoot, which I am going to try to go out to Rich Bullard's Hall of Fame induction. So congratulations to Rich.
I probably, you just might as well count me in on that because at the end of the day, I got to see that, and I probably won't shoot the whole week. But
no, I'll only be able to go literally. It'll be like when Dave Kelly went in. I flew out for Dave. I was there 15 hours, and Don Bug was there 12. So he was there less time than me.
I think we could be there for the weekend, but
well, I can't be there for the weekend because we got to be back for the AIM.
That's that deal, huh? That same weekend, right?
So I think is what it'd be is maybe fly in Tuesday night or something and shoot Wednesday, Thursday, fly out Friday, and then I'll have to leave Saturday.
Then right to the Grand. Yeah, because we need to be at the store July. Well, Friday the 1st of is that Friday the 1st of August?
No, it should be in July.
July.
It could be it's the 26th. So we need to be there the 26th.
Okay. So the Grand starts on the 30th.
Yeah, the Grand starts this year on the 30th. Yeah, day before, because Tyler's birthday is the 31st.
The
So his birthday
30th
is
to
usually what he's spent driving.
the 30th to the 9th this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so we'll be at the Grand for the 2 weeks, or 2.5 weeks, the whole time, doing all sorts of stuff, and we hopefully we'll get some more information out, kind of what we're doing.
Well, I think the biggest thing that people that want to get involved, if there's anybody that's listening to the show that knows who's going to be at the Grand, that's quality, we're trying to schedule podcast interviews, right? So like last year we did Kay, and that was a fantastic one, but it took us a while to get everything scheduled to work around everyone's deal. So in advance, and to the listenership, if there's all-time greats and the good shooters, the people that you definitely want to hear from, please send in to John and just say, hey, this is who we want to hear from, this is who we want to interview, and we're going to schedule it and do it in person at the Grand, and ideally, me and Ricky don't have everyone's contact information. So if you have their ability to get us in touch with them, and you can work it out and you can help us out, we'd really, really appreciate it, because I know you guys love it when we interview people and ask all the questions that you want us to ask. But the hardest part, especially with the guys that are a little bit older, is just getting them nailed down, getting them nailed down and getting them, in the building. So, but we're pretty persistent with our asking. I mean, hey,
yes, we are.
Keith Ditto. I mean, that took a while to get him wrangled down, and Chris Vendel. I mean, we almost had to shoot his ass, but we got him thanks to Kelly, right? So it's just one of those things where you gotta stay on it and get after it. But we've always been pretty good at that.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to all these shoots coming up, the Grand, and then afterwards the Cardinal Classic.
You're going to that, or you don't know?
I don't know if I'm going to or not yet. The next week is the Heartland. Tyler has move-in date at Lindenwood that Wednesday, the overall, so I might have to miss the overall. So I don't know. I just sent him my check for my camping, because I hate to miss Dale's shoot. It's such a great time.
Yeah, I don't ever miss it. I mean, it's my favorite shoot to go to pretty much. At the end of the year, you get a lot of targets in. They treat you right. They feed you every day. They've got those night events every night. You're not going to get any more targets in at any other satellite ground in the country.
No.
You want to do some shooting, you're going to shoot. So for folks, if you want to go to a place and get a ton of targets in, warm up or finish the season, or
because that's the last shoot of the year.
It's the last shoot of the year. Yep. So, but some people, if they're not chasing the All-American team or something like that, and you're just like, well, where do I want to go where I can get a bunch of birds in and I can work on my game? Heartland Grand. Put it on the calendar. Go out there. You're going to shoot 300 birds a day, every day until Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they even throw an extra handicap after the 200 singles. And then Sunday, they throw a farewell singles in the morning before the handicap. So, I mean, nowhere is getting through that level of targets in the country in a week and doing it efficiently. And, we did an interview with Dale. We talked a lot about kind of what's going on with Stockdale Gun Club. So go check out YouTube.
He poured, I think, 2 more traps, too.
We need them. We need them traps because people are rolling in
facility. There. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm going to have to talk to Lauren and see if I can get Tyler moved in early. Jody says no, but we'll see.
Hey, you know what? If you don't get to go, I won't miss you.
Don't you start with me.
By that time, I'll be wanting to kill your ass. So just be like, hey, Ricky, you stay home. It'll be fine. We can handle it up here. It's okay.
Hey, remember, I did that one year, and you still owe me 2 bottles of bourbon.
We'll take care of that, Dad. I think we've drank them in the store, but we'll work it out. But
all right, folks, we need to take a quick second and get to a new show sponsor, Big Red Motorsports. Big Red, they're personal friends of mine, Jason and George Lee, and they're also a personal sponsor of mine.
Now, I'll say this. Ricky looked great driving around in that side-by-side. I got some free rides down at Tucson, the Autumn Grand. I think it's awesome that they deliver all across the country, and obviously they love trap shooters. They love trap shooting, and they're doing a great job.
Listen, they got Can-Am, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Triton trailers. Hit them up. We'll take care of you guys. With that being said,
let's get to the show. I'm just excited for the year ahead. I'm excited to interview more people. I'm excited to have new merchandise in the store. We're very blessed. Things have been going very, very well. We've got a lot of new sponsors that we can thank and say, great job for supporting trap shooting and trying to get it out there. And, we're making some changes going into 2025 and 2026. We're definitely getting different types of content. We're definitely answering different types of questions about different things. And I think, you guys just stay tuned, keep listening, keep sending suggestions, keep sending, we love the feedback, everyone. We love it when you like, share, comment, bringing people around, telling them about the show. It makes it all worth it, because it's definitely a labor of love to get this out to you guys every week, but we enjoy doing it. So
absolutely, it's fun. I mean, we get to talk about what we love to do, and interview people that at the sport and that we've dreamt of doing all our lives. So it's a great time. I mean, I just got back from teaching a lesson in Jonesboro, Arkansas, to the Jonesboro trap team, 15 youth kids that, I mean, they had all the desire to shoot, and it was awesome to see from the age of 10, I think, or 12, all the way up to, I had one junior gold in the class that was just, the desire was like you and I when we were kids. So
you got to love it. I mean, you got to be hungry for it, and you got to enjoy it. But, with that being said, Ricky, I think we've talked all about our travel for the summer.
That's right.
We're going to get on the road. We got a lot of cool stuff coming your way, and we appreciate you guys tuning in this Friday. Stay tuned for next Friday.
That's right, folks. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you at the next shoot.
And the Trap Talk podcast is brought to you in part by
RM Shooting Clinics. Have Ricky take your game to the next level. If you want to shoot hundreds, give Ricky a call today. Zach Nannini Financial. We believe in putting people first.